Concert Crew Podcast, we back again.
Yes, sir. We here.
Today is the 25th anniversary of DMX. It's dark and hell is hot.
Yes.
His debut album released on May 19th, 1998.
Debut classic.
DMX. We're going to talk about the album. We're going to talk about the songs. We're going to talk about the impact. We're going to talk about all of that, man. First of all, man, fellas, man, you remember where you was at when this album came out?
I was in Del Castle going it was like a summer camp.
They don't know what Del Castle is. What's Del Castle?
Del Castle High School.
Okay,
I was going from 8th grade into 9th grade, and this guy at the camp, he had like the actual CD, and he was like, "Yeah, man, this thing on there, this Mickey skit." Like, I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" But obviously, we all seen the single and the videos. And finally listened to it, and X was here, man. Shit was dope.
Yeah, I was in 11th grade in high school when this album came out, and it was something special. He definitely came at a time where he was a breath of fresh air. He was different. And he was...
Shoulders went higher, too, when you started listening to DMX in high school. Your shoulders went a little higher.
Yeah, niggas like you, man. They're trying to play me a little bit, man. You know what I'm
fuck out of here.
DMX, man. Listen to X, man.
X with the dick.
One love boomer. You know what I mean? Nah, this was crazy with this game. This was crazy. When I was in high school, and this was crazy, man.
Damn.
This was heavy in the...
This was like heavy... Everybody was playing this joint.
Yes.
Yeah.
For real. Like, this joint, like, man, this was real heavy because nobody knew who he was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dark Man X.
Nobody knew who he was. We're like, yo, who is my man?
Then on top of that,
1, 2. Yo, that joint's crazy.
Yo, I mean, but then on top of that, the features that he did have, he was killing it.
Yeah.
LOX, he was on that.
Yeah.
The Mace joint, he was on that. He was just killing shit.
Yeah, man. He was just this was heavy CD player in your car stereo, car CD player.
Absolutely.
This was heavy rotation.
Yeah. Heavy Walkman.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
man.
Absolutely.
Shit, this was like one of them. This was one of them ones, man. Like, you didn't get mad when that thing play over. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because I really think, like, man, Biggie came out in March and DMX came out in May. It seemed like it's far away, but it really wasn't that far away, man. So he just like brought in a new regime in hip hop, man.
Yeah, X brought a whole different style that nobody like really seen.
Nah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you had all the ballers and the the so-called bosses and all that. X was the robber.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
But then on top of that, like, that lane was wide open.
Yeah,
and, like, anybody was like, "Yo, who
he
up
talking
next?"
about he talking about the capers and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
this time before May 19, 1998 in hip hop, like, what was going on in hip hop? What's the landscape at this time?
Yeah,
like,
Pun that just came out.
Pun just dropped.
Cannabis
a classic.
Boiling. DMX just dropped, man.
Yeah,
Cannabis was on fire. You got Puffy was running the radio.
I think
Puffy was running the radio.
Yeah. Puff was running. I think besides LL bars towards Cannabis, I think DMX ran Cannabis style out of the gym. I think it was over.
The griminess.
Yeah, it was over. Because now you got somebody that's making songs, and he, in his favorite love for animals, a pit bull. Everybody loved pit bulls back then.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? AD had about a whole litter of pit bulls, dog.
Whole litter.
Yeah, for real. He used to, Joker used to think they was X back then.
It was a lot going on in hip hop. This was actually one of my favorite times in hip. Other than Biggie dying, I wish Biggie and Pac could have been a part of it. But other than that, like, it was a nice crop of talent after Biggie and Pac passed. I wish they was still leading it. But Puff was running the radio. Mace was a star. Busta Rhymes was a star at this time in New York. You got Big Pun coming right out the bat. He coming. You got Jay-Z really putting his stake in the streets, really coming into his own. Like we said, you got Nas coming off. Nas is still the man, but he's coming off the Firm joint. They got hits. He's still that guy. The Lox is killing it at this time. The Lox is on. I know you might not like their Bad Boy stuff, but or features and stuff. They were destroying songs out here. And then you got the new wave. You got DMX. You got DMX coming. You got Big Pun. You got Nori. You got Cam. You got Cannabis, like you said. Then in the South, you got Outkast, Goody Mob. So it's a lot
people
going on.
People just getting hit to UGK. Which they've been out for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. UGK started to leave out the South a little bit. Started to get their name out. I agree.
Who was in the West at this time?
It wasn't a lot, man.
It wasn't Snoop.
Snoop wasn't really popping though. I love Snoop, but he wasn't really popping. It was like West Side Connection again.
I was about to say it was West Side Connection holding it down.
Yeah, Death Row is old.
Death Row is over.
Old Tupac material.
That's West Side Connection over there. Dub C, Mac 10, Splash a Cube here and there with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They was holding it down. And 40. Yeah, 40 still was coming. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
40 was doing this thing. We weren't really listening to 40.
We weren't really listening to 40.
But 40 was doing this thing, though.
Yeah. But that West Side Connection was coming through because they had some, like...
Bow down.
They had some hard
joints. Make the
world. Yo, but you know what, X2, like Puff was doing a whole shiny suit and all that. Everything was Hype Williams, $1 Million videos and all that. And
X represented for the dirty niggas.
The streets. He brought it back to the streets.
How would y'all say like DMX was like at this time in his career, like where was DMX at? In this time in '98, right when he dropped.
Yeah, he was fresh off the like bricks. Yeah. He was coming real.
Yeah.
He had nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Just think about it. Like his first single was "Get at Me, Dog."
Yeah.
This is when Puff and all that was like, that's not a radio
Shot
single.
The video in the tunnel, right?
Not at all. At the tunnel, black and white. That was a Hype Williams video too, though. It just wasn't your shiny Hype Williams video. But man, like you said, Sean, like DMX was he was like whatever. If you hated the shiny suit era, like he was the complete opposite of that. So everybody that really hated the shiny suit era, they gravitated towards DMX because he was the complete opposite. He was like you said, Freaks. He was bringing grimy back, man.
Absolutely.
And the crazy thing about DMX, if you really know his story, man, he got a hell of a story, man. It needs a movie one day. But this guy was trying to get into the music industry for so long,
time,
so many deals, like Irv Gotti really had to put it. He really had to beg for for Def Jam to sign DMX. They still didn't want to sign him. Like this guy, he been trying to get on. He was trying to get on in the game as a rapper since the end of the '80s. That's crazy. And he didn't get on to his album didn't come out to 1998. He had to deal with Columbia. They had a single that fell through.
John Born Loser.
Yeah, he went to jail. Came out, like he really went through a lot. This dude is robbing. This ain't no like rapper that's talking about robbing people. Like he really was robbing people.
Right. And he said it. He said, "Yo, I went from actually on outside robbing people at the tunnel to actually on stage rapping."
Yeah.
It's like I used to be outside waiting on niggas to come out floss.
The whole reason why he had his mouth wired shut because he got beat up by somebody that caught him that he robbed.
Yeah. And
he rapping through the wire before Kanye. Like it's crazy, man. They like, sign this dude now. But now he represented the streets. This guy was the streets, and he was authentic too. It wasn't no make believe. He trying to play a position. Nah, this guy was really that dude. So where was the anticipation for It Was Dark and Hell Is Hot at the time when you knew it was coming? When you knew it was an album finally coming out? Was it heavy?
Yeah, because you heard him. You heard him a little bit on the mixtapes already. You know what I'm saying? That was floating around him. He jumping in with LOX and them.
Yeah.
Then you
LL
and them. 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Because that came out before this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That came out before the album. You know what I'm saying? So you was like, who this?
Yeah.
And then now you like, yo, man, he coming out with an album. You know what I'm saying? So when that joint dropped, it was like, I'm telling you, man, when that joint, dun,
Yo,
1, 2.
Yo, he would, like you said, he was killing them features, man. 4, 3, 2, 1 on the LL, he stood out. Money, Power, Respect on the Lox album, he stood out. 24 Hours to Live on Mace album, he stood out. Remember the song "Pull It" with Cam, where my dogs at?
Killed that.
He was killing. Everything he was touching was fire. Yeah. So everybody was like, "Yo, he killing all these features with all these big name artists." When this dude coming out, like for him to get an LL feature, that's a big deal.
Yes, it is. LL, Meth, Redman. Come on, man.
And he right there with them dudes that's established, that been in the game label, for a while.
Man, Def Jam had it. Man, they had a star in their hands.
Wow, man. So look, it's Dark and Hell is Hot, showing you you got the album cover. The title and the album cover. What do you think about this joint, man?
I mean, to me, like it looks like he's in hell. Like it's like a red type of dark. It's just him looking grimy, like looking serious. Like X is his own entity, man. Like it's just he's that dude, yo. He just looks like some pit bull, you know what I mean? He's ready to come out the cage.
It's setting a different tone. Like when you're just looking at the album cover, you see the title is Dark and Hell is Hot. Yeah. And then he making that pose, it do got like
got the hands crossed.
Yeah, it like he's about to run hell on it. Yeah. He's about to give hell to the industry, man. Like you don't see this and you don't think nothing shiny going on.
Yo, this is total opposite from Mason.
Absolutely.
The Rollies doing all that. This is something
and the crazy thing about it is he cool with them. Yeah. But like Puff passed signing DMX because he didn't think his style would work. Mm-hmm. Then it went from that to trying to have you on all your songs, on your album. When they did a reunion, when they did the Bad Boy reunion few years back, they brought DMX. Yeah. They made him part of it. That's how. And Puff didn't think he would even work at the time because he passed on him. He had first hit, but everything works out for a reason.
That's how he signed the Locks.
Yeah, he got his best situation. Right. Yeah, so wow, man, it's dark and hell is hot, man. Whew, let's get into this, man. It's Dark and Hell is Hot is the debut album by DMX. It was released on May 19th, 1998 by Def Jam Recordings and Rough Riders Entertainment. It was recorded from September 1996 to January 1998. It was Dark and Hell is Hot was recorded at Powerhouse Soundtrack, Chung King, and Quad Recordings in New York City, and New Horizon Sounds in Capitol Heights, Maryland. The album was produced primarily by Dame Grease with additional production by Swiss Beats, Irv Gotti, Little Rob, and PK. And it's interesting. What's interesting about this album is DMX actually, you know how people just start recording the album and they just record music for the album? Yeah. This album was actually rhymes that he had for years that he compiled for the song. So all this wasn't like brand new songs he made to these beats. A lot of these was
he already had them already.
He already had all these rhymes, and he was trying to find the right beats to fit his rhyme. So it was like, I got what I want already. Let me just find. I find the beats to match my stuff. So a lot of this stuff wasn't brand new music. It's interesting. Like, so when they say your first album, you make your first album your whole life. Well, he really made his first album his whole life. Because these is rhymes that he had for years.
Yeah.
Damn, sitting on all that material.
So these is rhymes that he made
all the rejections.
4 or 5 years ago that y'all love now. These the same rhymes that he had. And he put it on his debut album. That's interesting because that don't happen a lot with everybody. Normally, they'll make you scrap all of that and you gotta record. You gotta record all over.
Not if you nice though and you just kicking shit.
That's what he was
doing. They don't know if it's how old it is until you tell them.
And the right beats.
Yeah.
Well, the track number 1 is the intro produced by Irv Gotti and Little Rob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically like the little intro joint where he was like, yo, man, these niggas talking about they riding over there. He's like, X was like, dog.
That's my man's in them. and then the Rough Riders is getting a big shout out right from the beginning, man. That's my man's in them. And then it goes into the song.
What my man's in them is doing. That's what I'm doing. You know why?
And then that joint go right into the song. That joint hard.
That joint, man. Listen, yo, freaks. Where do you rate this song as like top intro songs to an album?
This song get it going, man. It come off hard.
Top 5.
Man, that's a hell of an intro to an album, man.
Yeah.
Got that church bell, that dong. Man.
This This get you going. Yeah. It's like this make you like, oh yeah, this about to be so.
Then the beat dropped real.
Yeah, that beat, that beat crazy, dude. And he started going. Yeah. I love this intro. This intro, every time I hear this song and the intro and the song that come on the intro, it kind of get me like, yeah.
The ad-libs is so crazy on this joint. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yo, I think Mike Tyson came out to this song for a fight. I don't know which one it is, but I forgot who was he fighting? 98.
Fucking right, we did it.
Man, anyway, he came out to this joint and I was like, that shit just set the tone for the whole fight, yo.
Word.
Yeah.
All right, track number 2, Rough Riders Anthem, produced by Swiss Beats. This is the third single.
This was I like this track. I don't give up. Nigga.
No, it's Rough Riders Anthem, dog. Stop, drop. Shut them down, open up shop.
Oh, we already talked about that, though. I thought we was going to fuck with the D.
We number 2, dog.
All right.
Jeez, man. Come on, man. You got to follow along, dog.
Anyway, yo.
Rough Riders Anthem, man, the third single.
I ain't gonna front. I never liked this beat at all.
Really?
Never. Everybody like, stop, drop. I'm like, this is kind of weak.
It's classic, dog.
I mean, trust me. The song is classic, but I just never really liked it, honestly.
You know, the crazy thing about this is that, like, they begged, D&Y begged DMX to put this song on there. Yeah. He felt like you. He didn't like this beat. And it only was because Swiss put Swiss on the map. Yeah. They sent Swiss down to Atlanta. And what really happened is him and DMX started hanging around each other, and they got cool. That's what made him give him more of a chance. But D&Y begged to give this beat a chance, and of course, that being a nephew, had to add some extra sauce. But it ended up being the biggest song on the album. Mm-hmm. Like, he took it. Swiss Beats got a different production style.
Video.
The video was crazy. The
video took it to another level.
With the bikes,
they was in the bikes, the yard, and it's called the Rough Riders Anthem. So this is big for Rough Riders. This is showing the dogs, all the bikes. This is showing the whole everything you got to know.
Showing the whole movement.
Yeah, the whole movement.
Which at the time, like nobody was into bikes and ATVs, like hip hop wise at least. So this is a whole nother lifestyle being brought to hip hop.
And then like Freaks was saying, that the dogs being presented on this level, it ain't never been presented like on this level. But man, this is a mega hit, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mega hit.
Absolutely.
Definitely is.
It's probably one of like the top 100 songs, I want to say, man. This song is like a rally song.
Yeah. Shut them down, open up shop.
That's a Rough Riders rule.
That's a Rough Rider. This song was everywhere. Whether you love it or hate it, this song was everywhere, man. This is a classic song.
What he did this at Woodstock 99?
Oh,
that crowd was going crazy.
How many people was there? Like, it was like 1 billion people there. Now this beat put Swiss on the map. It wasn't no Swiss before this beat.
Yeah, it took him to another level.
After this beat, Swiss became a household name because he started to be on demand. But it's crazy because people think Swiss did a lot. This is the only beat that Swiss produced on this whole album. But because it was so big, you think that Swiss had a lot of involvement. This is the only beat he had on this album. And this got on there late. He almost didn't make the album at all.
Damn.
So definitely put him on the map. Big single. One of DMX's biggest singles that he did. But track number 3, Fucking With D, produced by PK and Dame Grease.
So y'all niggas what? But with me. Somebody gonna talk about fucking with D.
This song's dope to me, yo.
Where you be like a cat.
Yeah.
And that's the dog looking up.
Fuck about you niggas because you ain't killing nothing. I don't give up about your nigga because you ain't. I like a tempo on this song because you ain't killing nothing. Then the beat drop. Keep going there. Fucking with Dick. I don't give up. This
that
song
beat
hard.
break.
It's so hard. And then the beat switch. He killing this, man. He going in on this too. Track number 4 is the Storm skit featuring Y. Produced by PK and Dame Grease. PK and Dame Grease produced a bulk of the album.
Dame Grease was killing these beats.
Yes, he was. While checking the dude in the skit that's hating on DMX, man. I mean, out here robbing people and all that. He got money.
Yo, that's crazy.
And then it's a perfect skit to lead to the track number 5.
To let you know.
Which is Look Through My Eyes, produced by PK and Dame Grease.
So I can see the hate in the eyes, man.
Yeah. This joint was dope too.
Had the dogs on in the beginning.
Yeah.
Look through my eyes, see what I see.
Do what I do. Be what I be. Walk in my shoes.
Walk
Hurt
with
your
me.
feet. Then why do dirt in the street. He telling people that like if you can't see life through his eyes, then you know you can't handle it. You can see like life through. You see what I've been through. You wouldn't even be able to handle it. So don't judge me because you know he living different. Like this dude lived slept on the top of buildings.
Roofs. Yeah,
all he had was stray dogs as his pets.
Yeah.
Like this dude really like it's not a lot of people that lived a life like DMX.
Absolutely
DMX,
not.
Shipped off the boarding school. And all
DMX
was a real,
he lived a
real straight
kind of
goon
life.
for real.
Absolutely.
That made it out.
He lived a different kind of lifestyle.
He was a real deal. He wasn't no, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. He wasn't a fraud at all. This guy really. So if you can't really see and you can't, if you don't really know where I've been through, don't judge me, man.
Yeah.
You can't see through my eyes. That's a powerful message right there. Track number 6, Get At Me Dog, featuring Sheik Luch. Oh man,
Classic.
Produced by
Classic.
PK and Dame Grease. This is the first single on the album right here.
I think this might be my favorite song on the album. Get At Me Dog. I love this joint.
Oh yeah, that's you might have a point there, Sean. But that niggas started something. We'll get there, but
Yeah.
You niggas want to kill us? Get at me, dog. You niggas want to fill us? Get at me, dog. You niggas want the bread? Get at me, dog.
With the biggest mouth,
What
yo,
you
let's
did?
off this nigga.
Yo, this sample EPMD song "Get at the Bozak."
Wanna be killers? Get at me, dog.
But you know, this is a unique single because it's crazy. The story about this single is very unique in hip hop. It actually was a mixtape song with the Locks. They did a mixtape on DJ Clue.
Yep.
They liked it so much, they said, yo, make that into a song. So they took Sheik Luch that was on there, made him do the hook, and they gave 3 new verses, and they made it a single. But this was they were just freestyling to that beat on a Clue tape. So some people call that the remix. No, that was an original freestyle with the Locks and DMX.
Yeah.
Then they made a song out of it afterwards. That normally never happens. That never happens like that. That's crazy.
Kiss killed that joint too.
Yes, he did.
He murdered that.
Did. Yes, they did. But he also, this is K Solo on here.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, him and K Solo was locked up together, and he said K Solo took his style, so he definitely gave him a shout out on
I wonder why they blanked it out, though.
I always wondered that, too. I don't know.
Yo, but then, I know with this, you know, like watching the video as a kid, like, just the whole black and white flashing, like, yo, that shit look crazy at night on your walls. Like you having like all these strobe lights and stuff going on.
And like Freak said, that they were saying some people that it was causing like problems with all the blinking.
Yeah, you might have a
whatever they call it.
Yeah, you might fuck around and get a seizure.
Yeah. But man, this song, he recorded
classic song,
this classic video, black and white,
absolutely
in the tunnel. That's crazy.
The legendary tunnel, man. This is like you arrived. You in the tunnel. You arrived, man. Classic song, man. And then the skit at the end of the song is where they beat up the guy in the jail.
Yeah. They handle him.
Like, see yo.
He talking all that stuff from they did in the other jail. Track number 7, Let Me Fly, produced by Dame Grease and Young Lord.
This joint was alright too.
Yeah.
He's saying, let me do my thing or kill me, man. I guess he talking to God, man. Either let me fly, give me death.
Me how.
Let my soul rest, take my breath. If I don't fly, I'ma die anyway. I'ma live on, but I'll be gone any day. Either let me fly or give me death. Let my soul rest or take my breath. He be having some deep lyrics in his hooks, man.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yo, Freaks, all right, so do you ever get any like Tupac impressions from DMX? Like the way his lyrics and talking about death?
I say his energy.
I say
his energy at time and
his passion.
Passion, you know what I'm saying, was different.
His passion
X was different, man.
X was a different dude.
X was different, man. Like niggas couldn't fuck with X. Like
Because his fans is like Tupac type level.
And then
type
he a real
fans.
deep dude, man.
Yeah, he a deep dude. That's what always separated from him. Like he was deep. And when he's saying he not like these rap dudes, he really not.
He
like
really
this
not,
dude really been through something.
Right.
He really spilling pain on these tracks, man. He's spilling pain. Track number 8 is X Is Coming, produced by PK.
This joint hard too.
This is about him straight coming for revenge on this song. Some of this stuff he talking about is kind of sinister too. He talking about raping daughters if they 15 years old. He going in.
He going all the way in. This the Dark Man X.
Yeah.
This is Dark Man X.
X is coming for you.
I just ain't like this beat
3,
like that.
4, you better lock your door. 5, 6.
This was one of the joints I kind of skip.
You skip?
Yeah, a little bit. I never really got into this one like that.
It is kind of dark.
He is very dark. This is a dark song for sure.
Where'd he get that countdown from? Freddy Krueger? 1, 2, ready? That is Freddy. Yeah.
Track number 9, Damien, produced by Dame Grease.
Yeah, now this right here.
He making a deal with the
Snake,
devil on
the
this
rat,
song.
the cat, the dog.
Like
How you
Damien,
want to see him when you're living in the fall?
Damien he's saying he'll make him rich if he kills anyone he asks him to. So he pretty much
right here, shorty. I'm gonna hold you down.
He's talking with the devil. I don't know if this has really been done like this at the time in hip hop. I don't recall.
Actually, it has been. Murder was the case. Snoop Dogg. He was talking to the devil.
Yeah.
You right.
You right.
You were absolutely right, Sean.
And then some people think that the devil was actually Suge Knight. Talking to Suge Knight, I can make you rich. Mm-hmm. Hey, I be into these hip hop theories.
Hey, man, stay tuned to Doggy Style 30 coming up this year, man.
Yeah.
Plug.
We have Sean coming in early.
Yeah, you're right. That was talking about the devil, but this is a little different interpretation. But you're right, he was. But this was
this is like the start of a series too. We did a whole bunch of these.
Yep. Every album. Yep, it definitely started off something, man.
But after this one, the Damien's got kind of different. Yeah. All right, Damien. It's time to roll. It's time to go, Dame.
We had enough.
Oh, man, you crazy, yo. All right, track number 10, How's It Going Down, produced by PK. This is the 4th single on the album. It starts off, who dick you sucking? Wow. I don't know what you talking about.
Bitch, you fucking
Exactly. This joint, man.
This is a crazy
This
hood.
is a classic.
This is a hood love tale crazy. You know what? This is like Meth and Mary to the 10th power, just way grimier version, just like a hood love tale, man. He messing with this girl from the hood. She got a man. She got kids. He started catching feelings. Yeah. He got her moving work.
I don't know nobody in Yonkers.
What type of game is being played? How's it going down? It's going till it's gone. Then it got to know
Killed
now.
This joint.
Is
Real
you with
finesse,
me or
but
what?
dark.
Yeah.
Think they're trying to give me a nut just because the homies want to give me the bud. What?
This joint go hard. Now
this video was crazy too. This video was crazy.
Did you like the video version or like the album version better with Faith?
Faith ain't a bad upgrade.
Faith joint was nice.
Yeah, but
Mama Mika rap bitch for 25th
name Tamika.
Like I do.
You know, getting my swerve on.
She had a scarf on.
She had a scarf.
4'11" size 7 the girls. Yeah.
Baby face.
Girlfriend. Remember me from the way back with a weight cap. Used to blaze that. It was all good. It's my boy.
It's small hood. Let me get that number.
Let me get that number. I
get
got
you on the track later on. See what's up. Talking to Shorty make me want to do something right. Looking at that ass make me want to do something tonight. I know right when I see tight. Shorty looking like she right. She might.
She bite.
But Tyson Gay, it's a classic, yo. And it's funny because it's a love song, but due to the subject matter, it's not like corny though. It's not like like some of them love songs got like corny where he just was like making it to make a love song. This was actually dope though, man.
But at the end, he don't get the girl.
He don't, but he let her go though.
Yeah,
he let her go because he's like, you got 2 kids by this nigga. Yeah. What's wrong with me? We said we always gonna be best of friends. Ha ha. So we thinking about it. He's like, I'm catching feelings, but I don't want to kill your baby dad. And you know what I'm saying?
Let that nigga play daddy. Make moves with me. Shit.
So he thinking about the whole thing. Well, we can be best friends, man.
Yeah.
But I can't.
I ain't even with that.
Yeah.
You go just get back to some GP. Try to creep me?
What? That nigga's sleepy.
You, that's your kid's daddy. Oh, we gonna send him wait. Jump in that big caddy. But let him know. Never mind, yo.
Need you to go
to get the snow up to
150 and see Joe.
Get that. Come back with that. We can split that. Sit back. Fuck a L. He said, fuck, puff a L and forget that. You with that? That's
crazy.
Politics. That's
hard. That was hard, man. Classic song. Track number 11, Mickey skit. Who is it? It's Mickey. It's Mickey.
All right. Geesh.
Man.
And that goes right into track number 12, Crime Story, produced by Irv Gotti and Little Rob. This is a storytelling song about DMX being on the run.
Yeah, with the bongo.
And he gets sick of running and decides to just go straight at him.
Yeah.
He goes to the precinct strapped with bombs and blow it up. It's crazy.
It's so hard though.
Yo, it is.
Because he eases his way into the joint. That joint is like classic, man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's a crazy story because they don't think it's going to go that route.
Yeah,
Not at all.
don't.
But it's DMX. You know it's about to go left. Like, I'm thinking like, damn, how you think about that? Like,
this is almost like a 24 Hours to Live type story.
Word. I'm taking, you know what? I'm sick of running from y'all. I'm going to take all y'all. I'm going right to y'all, and I'm going to take y'all out. This
Kamikaze style.
Track number 13, Stop Being Greedy, produced by PK and Dame Grease. This is the second single. Woo.
Yo, X,
You can hear that beat and be like,
and
then the breakdown. Yo, they killed this beat.
This beat is crazy.
They killed this beat.
This song hard, yo.
Yeah.
I can put that though. I can get that
he's
though.
rapping back and forth,
You know
good and bad. This song is pretty impressive.
Yo, so
man.
like, which part of the beat do you like the best? With the organs or
I like that breakdown.
I like that breakdown with that organ.
The organ is crazy,
and it makes sense to have the breakdown because you know the organ's kind of soft,
Yeah.
but bright and loud.
Right.
So you had the dark.
Yeah, you got the good and
You got
bad,
the-
and then the video was
Them
crazy.
niggas.
It's like him back and forth.
Yeah.
Whew, y'all been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy.
Then it seemed like the grittier one get madder and madder each time.
Oh, nightmare.
When the cursing gets worse and time goes by, can't see straight. I'm so hot.
Stop being greedy.
This song
CNV,
hard,
partner.
yo.
Give to the needy. Ribs is touching, but don't make me wait. Fuck around and I'm gonna bite you.
Man, this joint.
Yeah, this song classic.
That is a classic DMX song.
This
Stop
song
Being
hard,
Greedy.
yo.
Yeah.
This song is hard, man. Classic for sure. Track number 14 is ATF, produced by Dame Grease.
This joint was dope too, man.
Knock on the door. ATF.
Break the whole story down to the whole getaway.
Yeah.
This joint, man, this shit crazy, man.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Knock on the door. ATF. So it's crazy, man.
Yo, man, this joint, like, yo, he, because when he rapping, he has you in that visual. You know what I'm saying?
His imagination is crazy,
Yeah.
man. I'm thinking like, damn, how do you think of this stuff?
Yeah.
Like, this is some other stuff, man. Track number 15, For My Dogs, featuring Big Stan, Loose, Casino, and Drag On, produced by Dame Grease. This is him like letting his crew get some shine.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were all supposed to be next up. Drag On is the only one that kind of really went on and made a name for himself. But this is pretty much letting his crew like get some shine, like they coming next kind of thing.
I thought this was alright. It wasn't.
This is for my dogs.
Yeah,
This is
It
for
was,
my dogs.
it was one of them real songs.
My
little,
nigga.
Yeah, little,
You could have kept this.
yeah, something
I
like
say
that.
that for the Rough Riders compilation.
It could have went on the Rough
Yeah.
Riders. It definitely could have went on
Volume
the Rough Riders
1, save it for that.
Track number 16 is I Can Feel It, produced by Dame Grease. This samples the classic Phil Collins song In the Air of Tonight.
He shouldn't have touched this.
Nah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I can feel it. He should have touched it. It is kind of different for this album. Nah. He shouldn't have touched the
You
classic.
should have touched that class. Come on, X. You know better than that.
You don't think this song fits the album? Not at all.
I can feel
Never heard this whole song.
what?
Skip. I'm telling you.
Ever. Damn. Yeah, at least got here.
This song ain't that bad, dog. It ain't that bad, man. Damn. Track number 17, Prayer Skit, produced by Dame Grease. This is DMX.
It's DMX in one of his homes.
You know what? Honestly, DMX got to a point in his career with me where I enjoy his spoken word prayer stuff more than I did his actual songs at one point. Like later on after a point. His songs wasn't, the quality was dipping.
He blew air into you.
But when he did
Pause. But you know he blew air.
Pause.
You know he made you feel good. Carl, you know your shoulders went up.
Yeah, but then
you was listening to X.
Put some life into him.
But then when the songs wasn't as powerful, like his little spoken word prayers was powerful, man. Like you was really feeling his pain, man.
Yeah. So what album was you like, man, can't wait for that prayer?
He was crying.
Probably the third. By the third album, I was making my exit.
That the Great Depression?
No, that's the fourth. By the fourth, I damn near checked out.
Then there was X?
Then there was X. But the fourth one, he had that song, that was still But yeah, it started dipping, man. But every time he did these, like it was still, I was still feeling.
You could tell the passion was there.
Yeah, you could, because you could
feel it.
It was authentic. It wasn't like, yo, I'm gonna do a prayer, for some, make people feel good. He was getting on stage doing these on his knees, crying. Like he was bearing his heart.
Yeah,
he was bearing his heart out there.
Real.
So you gotta feel it. Yeah. Like, and if you know his past, you like, this dude really been through some traumatizing stuff, man.
Yeah.
So we coming from a real place. And this started off the prayer skits that he did on every album. This is the one that kicked it off. Yeah. So this is like the first of his whole career. He did these, every album. Track number 18, The Convo, produced by Dame Grease. This is kind of continuation. Yeah, he having a conversation with God, pretty much.
Well, now he's talking to God.
Now he's talking to God. He's talking to the devil before. Yeah. Now he's talking to God.
Yeah.
And then it ends with track number 19.
Classic.
Niggas then started something, produced by Dame Grease.
I love this beat, man.
Classic.
Overlooking the drug capers. The New York City, the only place we getting. I want cheddar so we can front up in the 850. My whole committee like the Puff L's and look jiggy.
Sheik Luch ran this.
Yes, he did.
Sheik Luch. I think Sheik Luch ran. They'll never give Sheik Luch his. I think Sheik Luch ran this the most. Man.
Killed this.
Best verse, I feel like.
Blocking your spot, sitting next to you, protecting you. They'll murder you, player.
That beat is crazy, too. Yeah.
And Murder Mace got off on this. This is Murder Mace.
Out of state spots. The nigga make it hot. You found a vacant lot. You don't really want to come try this one guy who stayed dumb from Bloodline.
Rock a sing alumni. With more beef than Alana's phone.
It's not a nigga in your gang money. My AK spray niggas' names on it. Off in the buzz, but up in the thug.
Yeah, that's murder. This Murder Mace. This ain't before P Diddy named him Pretty.
Want to Mason have an explanation? You bring two of them, I'm doing them. Then I'm beating them down with aluminum. Then I'm putting two in them. You can't touch me. I've been devil sent, wanted for investment. Not things.
But that's irrelevant. Mason's running that.
This is how you end the album on a good note.
If you love the money, then prepare to die for it. Niggas done started something. Yo, this song is hard. Yo, Mace got off on that.
This don't go in.
Nah, this a classic. This was from the mixtape circuit too. And
absolutely.
It was bubbling so much they
had to put it on the album.
Yeah. Niggas done started something was hard, man. But man, It's Dark and Hell is Hot debuted at #1 on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart.
It had no other place to go. Shit, it had no other place to go.
It sold 251,000 copies in its first week. On December 18th, 2000, the album was certified 4 times platinum by the RIAA for shipments of 4 million copies in the U.S.
X blew up quick.
Yes, he did.
Went to a different level real fast.
Overnight. It was like he came out.
He was real.
He was there.
It was over.
Yeah.
And he had the product to back it up.
Yeah.
You had to respect it.
Yeah. So what was the impact, man? This overall impact.
Fuck shit up, man. X came out. It fucked shit up, man. It made the discussion started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because wasn't too many people hot like this on a come out.
Mind you, all you hip hop, maybe young people that don't know, DMX was the man at Def Jam at this time.
Absolutely.
It was not Jay-Z. It was DMX.
Absolutely.
DMX, like Freak said, even though Jay-Z was the headliner, mainly the headliner on the Hog Night Life tour, DMX took the game by storm.
Yes.
He was second to none when he came out with this tidal wave. I'm telling you.
Yo, so with like the whole state of hip hop at the time, do y'all think Def Jam was surprised at how successful DMX actually was? Like, damn, like they really.
I don't think they knew it was going to be like this. They don't know it was going to. People was going to gravitate towards with it like this. This impact was heavy, man. Because they really brought grimy back, and everybody thought you had to follow the bad boy DNA at this time. And then DMX came with this hard street album. Couple singles, but for the most part, this is hard.
Yo, also too, he had a tour. It was him, Onyx, and Redman. Survival of the Ill. That joint was crazy too. I don't know if you ever seen that.
They had like a little. They had a little extra CD on one of the albums. It was like
they had trouble on who was gonna go first and last on that tour with him and Hove, man. Because they both was so hot.
After DMX left the stage, he didn't want to go after him.
X was fish grease, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Hove just had enough to sustain it, and he was so fire and, the street niggas, but X had the motherfucking...
He had a core following from the rip.
DMX was a real tidal wave. Like he took the industry by storm.
Then them Europeans and them Chinese motherfuckers, boy, they loved him.
Yeah.
If you was whack and you was a fraud, like DMX made it bad for you at that time, man. He made it bad for you at that time because he was putting pressure on people.
Yes,
like if you don't come with the real, you just get out. You don't even come around me. You gonna get blown away.
Yeah,
he was.
You already knew him from coming in with L, then he LOX. You know what I'm saying with Mason them. That little core they had. Then, but I didn't really catch him in too much of Ja Rule together like that until they try to start doing the. That was just me. I never really peeped
Irv Gotti.
That was Irv work anyway.
Irv Gotti was
Irv made this happen.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's the backbone behind this.
Absolutely.
Like for real. Like the game. Like Irv is real, man.
Without Irv, there is no DMX.
Or Jay-Z on Def Jam without Irv Gotti. Or Ja Rule on Def Jam. All that. Or you gotta give Irv Gotti. Irv Gotti fought. If Irv Gotti ain't fight the way he was, it wouldn't be this album.
Begley or like, yo, check out this.
Irv Gotti was ready to spend it all. He was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna sign him myself. We gonna do it on our own.
That's why Irv Gotti is the executive producer on this album because it's D&Y for Rough Riders and Irv Gotti, man, is an executive producer. That's how much he fought for DMX to get this. So he wanted him to sound. He wanted DMX, and he fought for DMX to be DMX.
Yeah,
they didn't always see like how we gonna sell this grimy dude. And it worked, man. DMX and the dog movement.
One Love Boomer.
One Love Boomer, the whole Rough Riders, they took the industry over. This was a big impact in hip hop.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest movements in hip hop of all time.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm going on wax and saying it.
Yeah, he was
This
crazy.
was real.
He was crazy.
This was big boy shit.
Absolutely.
This was not no poop putt shit right here.
Nah.
I'm telling you.
Then on top of that, he drops another bomb in the same year.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But this one right here was crazy, man. All right, man. How would you describe the sound of It's Dark and Hell is Hot?
It was dark, grimy, wasn't no pop. It was everything Puff wasn't doing. And I feel like this was what the other side of hip hop really wanted at the time.
Yeah, this was
no disrespect to Puff.
This was grimy. It was dark. Man, shout out to Dame Grease, man. He really set
PK too.
Yeah, he did. Dame Grease was really produced the most on this album, and he really set the beats up. They matched where DMX. I mean, the beats matched the title to me. Like It's Dark as Hell is Hot, and then when I hear the production on there, it matches the title.
Everything, the cover, everything.
It's like the darkness.
This was the other side. This album was the other side of hip hop, as far as like the part that nobody want to see or nobody want to talk about. is when you become the vulture.
Yeah. Well, just think about it. It's funny because you say this the other side, but it's funny because you have the good and then you have the bad. So he's this the bad, this the other side.
Yeah. Like but I'm also give you some. I'm also give you some love in there, but it ain't gonna be my girl. It's gonna be somebody else's girl that's like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna smooth that out.
It's still the bad.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still,
Nah, this is dark, man. This is just grimy.
It's very creative too, man. Because he did a lot of good storytelling on it.
Great storytelling, man. Great storytelling. Just great, like the wordplay, the subject matter. It was just different from really at that time for what we was used to hearing. Yeah. We hearing a lot of flossing, talking about how much money you got, stuff like.
This wasn't it.
Nah, it wasn't that.
He wasn't it, man. He was, man. We coming for that.
He probably don't say the word Rolly, Benz, none of that.
None of that, man. No, he robbing you. Yeah. He's taking that.
Yeah. Coming for that.
He run that. What did this album do for Rough Riders?
It blew him up.
Yeah.
Who else was on Rough Rider that was before X?
The Locks, but they were the management, but they wasn't identifying. He was identifying them with Bad Boy.
He put Rough Rider on the map.
Yeah.
To this day. Rough Rider is in the position because of him. But Rough Rider was also a machine, that they, pushing, you know what I'm saying? But X put them in a whole different light.
And this got Rough Riders a deal because this deal was through Def Jam, but Rough Riders label deal was
that video, man. That video.
Their label deal was through Interscope. So this got Rough Riders a deal. So when the Locks left and went to Rough Riders and Eve and all of them, they came out on Interscope.
Yeah. Rough Rider. This was the only one on Def Jam. This opened a lot of doors for Rough Riders, especially with that biker and all that club. You got 4-wheelers, you got the motorcycles. You had a whole lot of Rough Riders and all over the East Coast. Yeah, you feel me? And that, like when that anthem and that video, man, it just took it to a different level, man.
But those bikes and stuff, like that shit's nationwide. Yeah. So it's like, you know what I mean? Those bikers, they like, we just gonna play this while we ride, and just to
everybody wanted to be a Rough Rider.
Yeah. And when DMX was going back and forth a little bit with DNY and them saying that he wanted some ownership in Rough Riders, I ain't mad at him. Like
absolutely not.
If it wasn't,
they should have gave that to him.
Yeah.
It should have been. It should have been. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to tell somebody with their blood, sweat, and tears, with their paper. They took the chance, and now you're talking about boom, boom. But it's hard to tell them no, neither, because you wouldn't be to that level without them. So
now I'm
gotta come to a medium.
I mean, DNY they supported DMX for years. I will say, like before he got on, it wasn't like they just came on when he got hot. They took care of him when he was the grimy, when he had.
Down in Baltimore.
Giving them help. Giving them help when he had probably like, man, this dude's book and story is just crazy, man. You ever read his book?
Earl.
Earl
great book.
Great
Please
book.
Pick that
but like,
up.
but DMX, I mean, DNY had him for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like helping him out when he had nothing, man. Every time he get in a bad situation, rob somebody, they take him they take him to hide out in Baltimore. Like, you know what I'm saying? When he came home from jail, went to jail, they would be out there looking for him. Like they really support him. So I get that part. But it's still, if it wasn't for DMX, it wouldn't be no Rough Riders at all when it come down to it. So I wouldn't have been mad. But that video, like you said, man, that kicked off the whole
it took them to a whole level.
Now, what did this album do for Def Jam at the time?
I think it put them back on the map.
Nah, they was already on the map. It just exploded.
Really?
It kind of took Def Jam to the top of the labels, man. With this, man, because this was like a high charting, high selling album.
But you said they was already on the map. Were they at this time? Because I remember I seen documentaries and they said they were about to go bankrupt. Like
Warren G saved the company.
Yeah, and then I think he gave a breath of fresh air and got the money.
So when did Hov and them get with Def Jam?
After this.
After this?
Well, no.
It was before this.
No. Jay-Z already came out with Volume 1.
Yeah.
But Volume 1 and this impact, what you taking?
Yeah.
I like Volume 1 too,
but that's what I'm saying. Def Jam wasn't at a low though when Volume 1 dropped. That Annie dropped? Come on, man.
They wasn't at a low, but before Jay-Z and DMX.
They came out after this, right?
What?
Volume 2.
Volume 2 came out after. Volume 1 came out. Yeah. You talking? You fast forward.
You talking about Sunshine?
You
talking about Sunshine?
I'm talking about Sunshine.
Yeah.
Sunshine ain't get the checks rolling again like that.
But it didn't. But don't forget that Streets is Watching came right behind that.
But Streets and Watching that was for the streets. That wasn't.
Yeah, but that's what was hot at the time, keeping Def Jam doors open at the time.
No,
with
Def Jam
but they
money,
blew
dog.
up. I know that. I'm just telling you that Def Jam wasn't flatline around the time X came. It's just that it went to a different level that you never thought Def Jam would be. But it wasn't flatline.
By the mid-'90s, Def Jam people said they were struggling. Based off all their success.
Oh, you seen something in that?
No, they got a. Remember that documentary or what was it? It was about. I think it was about Def Jam. It was like 20 years of Def Jam or whatever.
Yeah.
And they said it was Method Man and Redman kind of was keeping them afloat, but they wasn't giving no big albums. Then they signed Jay-Z, DMX, and then Ja Rule came, and that's when they got their foot back. They footing back. They got some.
I don't know, yo. I think Def Jam was on the ropes in 97, man. All right, you had Warren G came out, South Central Cartel, Crew.
I don't even know who they are.
Def Jam Greatest Hits, EPMD Back in Business came out.
That's my joke.
LL Cool J Phenomenon.
Gee, that sucked.
Jay-Z, Volume 1, Christian, Capleton, and various artists. They didn't drop anything in 97. That's not good.
Other than Jay-Z and that EPMD, that's not a good roster right there.
Yeah.
DMX over everybody. He helped. He really kicked the door down to bring Def Jam back to the Def Jam that we knew. Like the name.
98 was definitely a better year for
way
Def Jam.
better.
He got Game soundtrack, Streets is Watching soundtrack, DMX, Onyx shut him down, Def Squad came out, Jail Felony, Rush Hour soundtrack, that was big.
That was big.
Volume 2 came out, Belly soundtrack came out, Meth.
Yeah, 98,
and Redman. 98 was way better for Def Jam.
They was getting money in 98 for sure.
That's when it got hot.
Yeah, they got hot. But this guy came out early, so he started it.
He got the ball rolling.
Got the ball rolling, and then they killed him. Then you got Volume 2 coming, like you said, the Rush Hour.
Flesh on My Flesh, the same year.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. So let's get this out the way, man. It's dark and hell is hot. Is that a classic? Gotta ask this, dog. I'm sure there's some people out there.
Of course, it's a classic, Carl. We wouldn't be sitting here doing 25 on it.
It's a classic. But I guarantee you, it's somebody out there that's gonna say it's whack, man.
Is it?
That's how it's be.
Man, tell them tap in so we can dog them.
It's a pedo somewhere saying it's whack. Where does this album rank at in DMX's discography?
That's a great question.
Really?
I'm gonna say number one.
I would say number one without a question.
I'm gonna say number one. I'm gonna say number one with my chest out. I'm gonna say number
easily.
one.
Why is it his number one? You think because Swiss took over or the sound changed?
His sound definitely changed a little bit. He leaned heavy on Swiss.
He had some heavy hitters on here.
And I think this is his only album that had that core grimy sound that worked. Yeah. When he tried to go back to it, it just wasn't hitting the same. Yeah. And he always tried to throw a little floss in there because Def Jam was trying to sell records. But to me, he got it.
I know we're going to get to it, but I think that DMX albums went in order how good they were.
So you saying they got worse?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I agree with you on that.
Real right.
In that order, exactly. And that says a lot. By the time we got to the end.
I just think DMX sounds great on these dark beats. Like Dame Grease, PK, them dark Irv Gotti type beats sometimes. Like that's what I like to hear DMX.
That's real.
And I think that's what has been missing on his further album. That type of sound. I mean,
so what's your favorite song on this album?
Stop Being Greedy for me.
Or
Get At Me Dog. Get At Me Dog. I like that John.
Niggas done started something for me, man. Because I think that song, like that song was already coming up, and you had probably 3 or 4 of my favorite rappers in that on that song, man. At the time, man, they was hot right now. But like you said, that other song was out when they gave X the beat, and they was on DJ Clue freestyling. these guys was the Golden Boys at this time, man. They was fucking shit up, man, with heavy lyrics. Biggie throwing them out there.
Yeah.
They was on
They
Bad
nice.
Boy, man. So Bad
know what I'm
Boy,
saying?
Bad Boy was like the big leagues. They was in the big leagues.
This was real, man. Like, so for to have all of them on that song and do that like that was major.
Yo, what's the most underrated song here? You think like, damn, like going back, like, damn, this song was actually really good.
Shit, the intro.
That intro, that intro is hard.
Looking over that intro.
Intro's crazy. Effing with D also, man.
Yeah.
That was kind of a little underrated, man. And then maybe like a song like Crime Story, man. That was dope.
Break down the lyrics.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Get At Me Dog #1. Then I'm going to go with #2. I'm gonna go with Stop Being Greedy, man. Stop Being Greedy is hard.
That beat changes.
That beat is.
I don't think anybody ever done a song like that, going back and forth where the beat constantly changes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Get At Me Dog. That Get At Me
It
Dog
was successful anyway.
That Get At Me Dog was hard.
Yeah.
Stop Being Greedy was hard too. All right, Freaks, man. 25 years. Has any album came out that reminds you of It's Dark and Hell is Hot? I have nothing for this one.
I have nothing for
I
this
normally reach. I have nothing.
I ain't gonna even reach because
I don't have nothing for this one.
nobody came with no hits like that all on one wop.
Not just hits. I can't come up with anybody that has that kind of that had that kind of passion, like this kind of passion, like after him.
This was passion.
And the only person, like y'all mentioned earlier, the only person I could say that had that came before him, and that would be Pop. Yeah. But I can't find nobody that came after him that had that kind of passion. Now I could even forget an album that I could even equate that like I think like DMX is really one of them dudes in hip hop that was like one of a kind.
Yeah,
like he's really it's few people that's like, yo, it's nobody like him. There's nobody like DMX, man.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had. One reach.
I ain't got one, dog.
One reach. Because the person I feel like really channeled him. Vinny Vici from Ja Rule, his first album.
Yeah, but you reaching like a motherfucker. Because Vinny Vici was good, but it wasn't as good
No, I'm not saying it's good. But that's the only album. Cause remember, the first album.
That's sort of kind of in the same structure.
The first album, people were saying that he sounded a lot like DMX. He had Irv Gotti.
And Vinny Vici, that was a good album.
It wasn't a bad album.
Well, that was a good album.
And everybody, that's why in the second album,
this was crazy.
He went super radio Ja Rule in his next album because everybody said it
was different.
Matter of fact, DMX said that people thought Holla Holla was his song. Like, yo, man, we like your song. He's like, what song, man? Holla Holla. He's like, what?
Dang, man.
Holla Holla's a good song.
That's the closest song. That's the closest album I go with. Vinny Vici, man.
I can't think of none.
But it still wasn't X. He don't have that thing that X.
X is his own entity.
That X got, man. All right, 25 years later.
25, dog. A
25 years later.
Classic.
Man.
A quarter classic.
It's Dark and Hell is Hot. What's the legacy of this album?
Almanac type material.
I think this album.
Stick Up Boy manual.
Yeah. I think this album put Rough Riders on the map. Swiss Beats on the map. Def Jam brought it back to life. Put DMX to the forefront. Man, we was blessed in '98 to have this.
I think this album birthed one of the most unique hip hop stars in history.
Yeah. And not only that, Carl, I think this album put pressure on people. A lot of rappers that was coming up at this time. You can't be coming out with no bullshit right now because X is hot and he's on fire.
He's on fire.
You feel me?
Yeah, this changed the game. I definitely feel like people heard this and had to go back and like, I gotta go. We gotta make something hotter.
You gotta make something happen.
Like we gotta make something people can feel. And I think that was his whole point. Like, yo, give me something you can feel, man. Like you can, and one of DMX's favorite rappers was Scarface, and I can see that. I can see that. Just because the way Scarface, brought like you could feel Scarface, man. So I can see why DMX loves Scarface so much. Flow. Yeah.
Yo, so would y'all say that DMX was the best lyricist in '98? Bar for bar, or was it like the passion?
Only person that was dark like this, man, that was coming off this few years later, man, that was Dark Like X, man, and I'm not reaching, but I had to say Siegel, man. Siegel was on a different type time, man. Like
I thought about that. He was dark in a street way, more than he was more like a on the block kind of dude.
Yeah.
DMX is more like a grimy kind of dude. So I think they have more different lanes.
Marksman.
Yeah, different like lanes. But I kind of thought about that a little bit. But they like street in a different ways, man. Like DMX is straight robbing you. Beanie Siegel was on the block. He might shoot you though, but he was on the block. Like DMX is just going to straight rob you. It's different energy, but I see where you're coming from though. But DMX, man, this guy was just
he's an icon.
He was definitely a rap icon, rap star, and he just really brought a different thing to the game. Like he brought a different energy to the game. And it really hasn't been duplicated. Like it really hasn't been duplicated.
Nobody fuck with that.
DMX, like I said, it was a tidal wave in his prime that just he ran rapping and hip hop, man. And you said it was he considered the best lyricist? And I wouldn't call him the best lyricist. I just feel like you could feel his. You know how we talk about the Pac conversation sometimes, where it's like, Pac wasn't always the best rapper, but you can feel his songs more than other people. Yeah. You could feel DMX. He wasn't a better rapper than Jay-Z. He wasn't a better rapper than Big Pun, but he could make a song that people could feel more. Yeah, like especially at this time. This album. But I wouldn't call him the best lyricist. No.
Yeah, I mean.
He's a good rapper.
He's a great rapper.
Great rapper. Yeah, definitely
and
great
you
rapper.
can trigger emotions.
And storyteller.
If you can trigger emotions within people, then that's great to me. Yeah. So that's what he did.
My biggest thing about DMX, I wish I seen him perform live.
Me too.
Damn, I seen him.
Where you see him at?
I seen him up Jersey.
Powerhouse?
The joint with him and
Powerhouse.
Him and
him and Hov. He's come to Powerhouse.
Him and Hov, Method Man, Red Man.
Yeah, Hard Knock Life Tour.
Yeah, Hard Knock Life Tour.
Wow, legend, man.
And I seen him perform at the Puff drink that Puff had.
The Bad Boy
Reunion.
And he brought him out
the Bad Boy.
He was at the TLA, and I was gonna go, but I didn't go.
He rocked that shit when he came out too.
Yeah, I don't think the one. The Bad Boy reunion I went to, he wasn't at that one. He didn't come to that one. The one I was at the Barclays, he wasn't at that one. But then he came on later and was a part of it. But wow, man, it's dark and hell is hot. 25. Happy 25-year anniversary to
headphones
to DMX. Classic. To DMX, man. Shout out to Rough Riders,
5
Def Jam, DNY, Swiss Beats, the whole
Dame Grease,
Eve, Dame Grease, the Locks, Drag On, the whole movement, man. This kicked it off right here. Classic
Swizzy,
album.
Swiss Beats, man.
If you ain't heard this album, man, make sure y'all go check it out. You younger, go back and check us out. Sit with us. You may hear a lot of influences, even by sounds of a lot of people. Man, this
Swiss Beats album, created a life-changing beat.
Yeah.
That beat he made changed a lot of people's lives.
Classic, man. Classic album.
Was it the beat or like the lyrics that made this song?
That beat real, dog.
That beat, definitely. That beat, it was a different beat. And then DMX brought life to that beat. Yeah. You got to bring life to it. And he brought life to it. And it did it, man. Happy 25th anniversary, DMX. Yes. It's dark and hell is hot.
Rest up, X.
Yo, man, this is one for the culture right here. Classic album, yo. But, yo, we Concert Crew Podcast. Make sure y'all go follow us at Concert Crew Podcast. Yes. Make sure y'all go download, subscribe. We on all digital platforms.
Subscribe.
Make sure y'all go to our YouTube page, man. Yo, subscribe. Yo, we appreciate all the love we've been getting on our YouTube page, man. Keep on running those views up, running those numbers up. We really support. We going viral now on our joints, man. We really appreciate all the love everybody been giving us, man. As always, man, we gonna continue to March 4th, man. Long live Taz, our brother, man. We love you.
Yes, sir.
But yo, Concert Crew Podcast, we here. We ain't going nowhere. Yo, Pito, hit us with the fader. We out.
Yes, sir.